Today I was invited to the Game of Thrones studio tour in Banbridge. Admission was #gifted. There was an immediate bin, so it was a good sign. I headed on in and had a look about. It seemed pretty good, like there were some photos and stuff and some toilets which I checked out. I was sitting down just experiencing the whole thing, and then a fella said you have to get on a bus to a mystery second location, so away I went. It was good like being on the bus, and then I realised there was no one on the back seat, so I could for once be the hard lad. Then it was time to get off.
Have a good time, folks.
With the driver's well wishes ringing in my ears, I went into this place. It seemed to be bigger than the other place, and there was more toilets, so how do we look? And on the way out, there's this fella with a crossbow making sure you've washed your hands. Before you head in, you get your picture taken under duress for some reason. Must be some sort of security thing. And you get a wee photo pass to check them out later on. And then away in you go. You get to see costumes from these fellas from the show, and this scary fella from the show, and then this big fella from the show, and then this wee fella from the show having to lie down. And as you move through, you're shown like the lore of the show and how they came up with it. And this big map. I do like a big map, like. There's props like this lion's head and a fella's trapped in a box. But if you don't like big things, there's wee things here, like these wee models. And then sure, there's Jon Snow's coat. There's some fella having a bit of a lie down. Another fella having to lie down in a jail. And then a wee boy lying down in a bed. They have a cafe, it's 5 out of 5 in hygiene rating, so no worries there. You could have a proper banquet here. I had afternoon tea, although I did just pick coffee, but they didn't seem to mind that. And the afternoon tea or coffee has like scones and dragon eggs and biscuits and sandwiches and all that sort of stuff. It was pretty good. There was nearby toilets, so I checked them out as well. And a smoking area that was well looked after. One of the tour guides told me if you look through the fence you can see a ship that was used on the show, so that's a good Easter egg. And if you're behind on the show, you can just watch it here on this wall. They've loads of costumes from the show, including your man Weefinger. They also have loads of props. And there's loads of interactive stuff, like pretend to be Brienne of Tarth and also getting your face out there on the wall, like. You can also imagine what it would be like to fire a bow and arrow at a screen. And you're also given the opportunity to hold a sword on a wall. Parts of the show were filmed here in Banbridge, which I didn't know, so here's some of the actual sets that they filmed on, which I thought was quite cool. It was a bit like being in a museum for things that didn't happen, but they did happen because they were filmed. It was a bit confusing, but it was good. Then you go into a big hall where they have the actual Game of Thrones itself. It's pretty cool to see. There's a gift shop at the end where you can get trinkets and mementos to remember your time from being there. And then you're afforded an opportunity to have a sit on the big metal chair and get your photo taken as well. And then that was it. That was my way on. It was a fun day out. I enjoyed it. I'll be back, like.